It had been 6 long years since I last saw my dad. 6 years of wondering if I would ever see him again. My mom and I had moved away from our home in California to escape an abusive stepfather of mine. And my dad had fought tooth and nail to get custody of me, but ultimately lost. It was a messy situation. And afterward, my dad had basically dropped off the face of the earth. No calls, no visits, just the occasional birthday card. And then one day when I was 17, a social worker from my dad's hometown showed up at my school one day looking for me. She said that my dad had recently passed away from cancer, and she was there to bring me his things. No. I remember staring at the carpet and just feeling numb. The only emotion I can really remember feeling was a strange sense of relief, like a huge weight had just been lifted off my chest. I didn't cry at the funeral, or even at the wake. I just stood there awkwardly while people I didn't know told me how great my dad was and how proud he was of me. After the funeral, the social worker asked if I wanted to come to his house, which had been abandoned and was going into foreclosure. All of my dad's stuff was still there, including the truck he had always worked on. The classic 1978 Ford Bronco. He used to take me off-roading in it all the time before my stepdad made him choose between me and the truck. He chose the truck. So, after the house was sold and the truck was gone, my dad was officially dead and I was officially free. Free from the guilt I'd carried around 4 years of resenting my dad for leaving us, free from the fear of being taken away from my mom by some nosy social worker, and free from the shadow of an abusive stepfather who had made my life a living hell. The weird thing is, I wasn't even sad that my dad died. I was angry. Angry that he had left us and never tried to come back for me. But now that he was finally gone, something in me just snapped. I became extremely rebellious, dropping out of school and getting into every kind of trouble you can imagine. But as the months went by, the anger started to fade away and I began to feel a deep sadness that I had never felt before. I realized that even though my dad had made mistakes, he was still my dad. And even though I hadn't seen him in years, a part of me had missed him. So on what would have been his 50th birthday, I did the one thing I knew he would have loved. I bought a 1978 Ford Bronco and restored it. It took me 4 years to finish, but in the end, it was worth it. And when I finally got to drive it, it was like my dad had come back to me in a way. Like he was finally home.